Hi, my name is Ivan.
My name is Adi.
Hello, my name is Tanusha. Hi, my name is Anna.
Hello, today I want to share with you guys about memory management. Memory management is the functionality of an operating system which handles or manages primary memory and moves processes back and forth between main memory and disk during execution. Okay, memory management keeps track of each and every memory location regardless of either it is allocated to some process or it is free. It is checked how much memory is to be allocated to process. It decides which process will get memory at what time. It tracks whenever some memory get freed or unallocated, and correspondingly it updates the status. This tutorial will teach you basic concepts related to memory management. Okay, address binding is the process of mapping the program's logical or virtual addresses to corresponding physical or main memory addresses. In other words, a given logical address is mapping by the MMU memory management unit to a physical address. Each binding is mapping from one address space to another. Classically, the binding of instruction and data to memory addresses can be done at any step along the way. Okay, the first type of address binding is compile time. This allocates a space in memory to the machine code of a computer when the program is compiled to an executable binary file. The address to the starting point of the segment in memory where the object code is stored. The memory allocation is long-term and can be altered only by recompiling the program. Okay, secondly, load time. If memory allocation is designed at the time the program is allocated, then no program can ever transfer from one computer to another in its compiled state. This is because the executable code will contain memory allocation that may already be in use by other programs on the new computer. In this instance, the program's logical addresses are not bound to physical address until the program is invoked and loaded into memory. Thirdly, execution time usually applies only two variables in programs and is the most common form of binding for scripts which do not get compiled. In this scenario, the program requests memory space for a variable in a program. The first time that variable is encountered during memory will allocate space to that variable until the program sequence ends or unless a specific instruction within the script releases the memory address bound to a variable. Okay, next, static vs dynamic loading. The choice between static or dynamic loading is to be made at the time of computer program being developed. If you have to load your program statically, then at the time of compilation, the complete program will be compiled and linked without leaving any external program or module dependency. The linker combines the object program with other necessary object module into an absolute program, which also include logical addresses. If you are writing a dynamically loaded program, then your compiler will compile the program, and for all the module will you want to include dynamically, only reference will provided and rest of the work will be done at the time of execution. At time of loading, with static loading, the absolute program and data is loaded into memory in order for execution to start. If you are using dynamic loading, dynamic routing of the library are stored on a disk in reloadable from and are loaded into memory only when they are needed by the program. Okay, thank you.
Swapping is a mechanism in which a process can be swapped temporarily out of main memory to secondary storage and make that memory available to other processes. At some later time, the system swaps back the process from the secondary storage to main memory. Though performances is usually affected by swapping process, but it helps in running multiple and big processes in parallel, and that's the reason swapping is also known as a technique for memory compaction. The total time taken by swapping process includes the time it takes to move the entire process to a secondary disk and then to copy the process back to memory, as well as the time the process takes to regain main memory. Contiguous memory allocation is a classical memory allocation model that assigns a process consecutive memory blocks. Contiguous memory allocation is one of the oldest memory allocation schemes. When a process needs to execute, memory is requested by the process. The size of the process is compared with the amount of the contiguous main memory available to execute the process. If sufficient contiguous memory is found, the process is allocated memory to start its execution. Otherwise, it is added to a queue of waiting process until sufficient free contiguous memory is available. The contiguous memory allocation scheme can be implemented in operating system with the help of two registers, known as the base register and limit register. When a process is executing in main memory, its base register contains the starting address of the memory location where the process is executing, while the amount of byte consumed by the process is stored in the limit register. A process does not directly refer to the actual address for the corresponding memory location. Instead, it uses a relative address with respect to its base register. All address referred by a program is considered as virtual address. The CPU generates the logical or virtual address, which is converted into an actual address with the help of the memory management unit. The base address register is used for address translation by the memory management unit. Thus, a physical address is calculated as follows. Physical address equal to base address plus logical address or virtual address. The address of any memory location referred by a process is checked to ensure that it does not refer to an address of a neighboring process. This processing security is handled by the underlying operating system. One disadvantage of contiguous memory allocation is that the degree of multiprogramming is reduced due to processes waiting for free memory. Memory allocation is primarily a computer hardware operation, but it managed through operating system and software applications. Memory allocation process is quite similar in physical and virtual memory management. Programs and services are assigned with a specific memory as per their requirements when they are executed. Once the program has finished its operation or its idle, the memory is released and allocated to another program or merged within the primary memory. Memory allocation has two core types. Those are static memory allocation, that is, the type program is allocated memory at compile time. Another thing is dynamic memory allocation, which is the programs are allocated with memory at runtime. Fragmentation, which happens when the contents of a single file are stored in a non-contiguous space. There are three forms of fragmentation occurs. First one is internal fragmentation, and then second one is external fragmentation. Internal fragmentation is unusual allocated space that reduces performance. Files are stored in clusters which are mini allocated hard drive storage areas. Each file is automatically written at the beginning of the cluster, which creates a gap potential between the first and last file byte, that is slack space. Internal fragmentation also occurs when additional specific bytes are allocated to each file for alignment. External fragmentation is unusable allocated storage space. Application divide and allocate available space as drive data are read and written. Leftover space becomes fragmented due to allocating algorithm weakness, which renders available storage unusable. External fragmentation also occurs when a large number of files are created, modified, and deleted. Deleted files are divided into smaller stored chunks.
Structure page table. A page table is the data structure used by a virtual memory system in a computer operating system store the mapping between virtual addresses, physical addresses. Virtual addresses are used by program executed by the accessing process, while physical addresses are used by the hardware, or more specifically, by the RAM subsystem. The page table is a key component of virtual addresses translation with a necessary to access data in memory. There are three common techniques used for structuring the page table: hierarchical paging, hash page table, inverted page table. So, what is hierarchical? Hierarchical is a multi-tiered table which breaks up a virtual address into multiple parts. So, hierarchical paging is a technique that breaks up a page of table into a multiple part, so it is known as multi-level paging. There are two types of hierarchical paging, that is 2-level and 3-level paging. 2-level just breaks up the page into page and offset, but 3-level breaks into outer and inner page offset. Inverted page table. The inverted page table combines a page table and a frame table into one data structure, one entry for each virtual page number and real page of memory. Entry consists of the virtual address of the page store, that real memory location, with information about the process that owns the page. Decreased memory needed to store each page table, but increased time needed to search the table when a page refer occurs.
Hi, so I'm going to do the summary for this chapter. So in operating system, memory management is the function responsibility for managing the computer primary memory. So the memory management function keeps track of the status of each memory location, either allocated or free. Is determine how memory is allocated among competing processes, deciding which get memory, which they receive it, and how much they are allowed. When memory is allocated, is determine which memory location will it be assigned. It tracks when memory is free or unallocated and updates the status. This is distinct from application memory management, which is how a process managed to memory assigned to it by the operating system. Thank you.
Hello, today I would like to tell you about paging and segmentation in main memory. So, what is paging? Actually, paging is a memory management technique in which the memory is divided into fixed size page. Next, paging is used for faster access to data. It is also a logical concept. Lastly, paging increases context switch time, but overhead of page table decreases as the page size increases. So, two important things we also need to know are the logical address and the physical address. Logical address, page number, which page is to be searched in the memory, and the maximum value is 6 bytes. Page offset, which byte of data is to be read from the page, and the maximum value is 10 bytes. For the physical address, frame number, where the maximum value is 6 bytes. Frame offset, where the maximum value is 10 bytes. Pegging protection, the pegging process is protected by the concept of insertion of an additional bit called valid or invalid. Consider a 14-bit address space 2 power 14 equal to 16,383 bytes. Let us set an address limit of 10,468. If 5 processes are defined within this address space means P0 to P4, it is considered as a valid bit. Process P5 has started before 10,468, so that alone is considered. The remaining processes are considered as invalid. In this way, the pages are internally fragmented. This is how paging is protected. Advantage and disadvantage of paging. For advantage, no external fragmentation, simple memory management algorithm, swapping is easy, that is equal size page and page frames. And for disadvantage, internal fragmentation, page table may consume more memory. Next, segmentation. Segmentation is one of the most common way to achieve memory protection. Because internal fragmentation of page takes place, the user's view of memory is lost. The user will view the memory as combination of segments. In this type, memory addresses used are not contiguous. Each memory segment is associated with a specific length and a set of permission. When a process tries to access the memory, it is first checked to see whether it has the required permission to access to particular memory segment, and whether it is within the length specific by particular memory segment. Logical view of segmentation. User space, physical memory space. Segmentation hardware. Logical address space, that is segment number and offset. Segment table, where is involved maps two-dimensional user-defined address into one-dimensional physical address. Base, where is starting physical address of the segment. Limit, the limit depends on the length of the segment, the maximum length. Limit, the limit depends on the length of the segment. The maximum length of the set offset value is 22 bytes. Advantage and disadvantage for segmentation. For advantage, no internal fragmentation, segment table consume less memory than page. Let itself for sharing data among the processes. Lends itself for protection. And for disadvantage, costly memory management algorithm, as processes are loaded and removed from memory, the free memory space is broken into little places, causing internal fragmentation. Thank you.
Hello, I want to tell about the boleh just to the start point of the
Allah.
Yes, start. Hi, today I will tell you. Tak nak boleh. Dah lah aku tak ready.
Structure page table. A structure page table. A structure page table is a data starts by the program executed by the access
Buat balik.
offset. Show
space which creates a gap potential between the first and last file byte, that is slacks.
Dia pun ada kelas semua kita dah tahu.
Okey tak? Ni nice lah. Kenapa ni? Oh, betul patutlah aku cakap apa benda.
Bagi tahu
video ni, hantar video.
Okay.
So, siapa buat video?
Sekejap.
Segmentation is one of the most common. Segmentation is one of the